What is going on, guys, and welcome to my AFC Bournemouth versus Sunderland post-match review. Obviously we drew 1-1 and it is a massive disappointment because obviously Sunderland are below us. It's points that we should have picked up, and I don't know, 1-1 draw. What's to say? What's to say really? Like, positives, Afc scored again, a very good finish this time. Afc's looking very good in front of goal. Negatives to come out of it, obviously we drew, dropped points, massive 2 points we could have had. Yes, okay, a point's a point at the end of the day against close rivals in the relegation battle, but we needed 2. We did need 2, and I'm quite disappointed, to be honest with you, on a number of things really. Lewis Grabban, again, £7 million we paid for him, 6 yards out, one-on-one, puts it wide. Like, really? If Afc would have had that, he'd have scored. You know, Callum Wilson would have scored. Takelo Ranti would have probably scored. So, I have no idea what, like, really, he didn't really do too much either, except for that one chance. He lost the ball on a number of occasions. Obviously, the injury to Stanislas, I'm not too sure how, like, bad it is, but it looked a horrible challenge. Should have been a red card. Billy Jones, you are dirty. Wana Turbe, my biggest thing on Wana Turbe, right? We have a fantastic talent on our hands, and we're just not playing him. We're just not playing him. On Twitter, you guys keep saying, like, it's not the right game. He'll be out of position. When will be the right game? Okay, because if it's not against a low ranked Premier League club, how is it not going to be right to play him against a big Premier League club? Like, you're saying he's out of position, his defensive work rates aren't there. So when we're playing against Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, if he's attacking and we lose the ball, he ain't going to get back. I'm not being funny, but the big four, or the whatever, like Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, Man United, Man City, their attack's much more deadly than Sunderland. Like, let's be honest. Wayne Rooney, Aguero, Giroud's in form, Walcott. It's much more scary than Jermaine Defoe. Like, we played Norwich, didn't play. Sunderland, he hasn't played. For me, everyone rants on how the Premier League is so different to the other leagues, right? And I totally agree, I really do. It's so much faster, like, players are on you more quicker, you haven't got as much space on the ball. So surely, for a Turbe to adapt, he needs to play. Like, okay, you can give as much training to him as you want. You can. But in training, are you going to play in Premier League stadiums with around 20 to 30 plus thousand people watching you? No, you're not. You'll just play with your teammates, which obviously they're not going to go in hard on you, and the coaching staff. And, you know, what, like, for me, I want a Turbo to sign in the summer for us, like 12, 15 million, whatever it is, because he is such a talent. Such a talent. He just needs to adapt to the English game. And yes, okay, the language barrier and whatever. But again, football, you don't need to be able to speak the same language. You just interact. You just know what you need to do. Right? So I'm sure you can tell him. He's going to know he wants to win the game. He's going to know he wants to score goals. He wants to beat players. He wants to assist. He knows what he wants to do. So I don't get why he hasn't played the past 2 games. I really don't. We've got Palace away next week, or this week, whatever. He probably won't play again. Palace away. You know what I mean? Like, when is the Turbo's time going to come? He played against West Ham, and for me, he did things. He was very good. Going forward, he was something different. He was fresh. He was fast, nippy, tricky. And in all fairness to him, when Daniels attacked, he got back and defend, and even the commentators picked up on it. So his defensive rate or work is there. It is. So we might see him now due to how Stanislas is injured. Pugh, yes, he played fantastic against Norwich, but for me, he wasn't all there. Sunderland, like, he wasn't. Lost the ball. Yeah, he had the beating of Billy Jones 1 or 2 times, and not too sure about the rest of the game, to be honest with you, but he came off. Richie's obviously back, so we might see Richie and Iturbe start next week against Palace, or Richie and Pugh more than likely, or even Richie and Grabban at left wing. Like, Grabban, £7 million has not yet shown me, one of the doubters about it, why he's worth that much money. Like, let's be honest, 7 million we could have bought Charlie Austin. We could have probably bought Jermaine Defoe back to the club, who would definitely have scored that chance. You know what I mean? Something to think about. But anyway, guys, a point's a point at the end of the day. We need 15 more points from 15 more games for the big 40 total. Yes, I think we can do it. You know, I think we might nick a win against Palace. Maybe like a 2-1 or a sneaky 1-0. I'll say 1-0. We're going to concede. It's going to be 2-1, I think, to us, obviously. So, yeah, we are going to get defeats along the way. I'm not going to say we're not, but we need 1 or 2 more players in this window. We need at least a centre-back and maybe another midfielder. With Sanatas's injury, if it's long term, we might need a new winger we need a new winger. We've got a Turbo. We don't need a new winger. Just play him and give him faith and believe in him, Eddie. Come on. I know you know what you're doing, and I completely and utterly back you in every decision. But a Turbo, you need to play him, because otherwise he's just going to leave. He's not going to be happy, so we need to play him. So yeah, thank you for watching. Comment down below what you thought of the game, what you think of the whole Turbo situation. Obviously, Joshua King is still about to come in from the injury, so maybe he might play against Palace, but it might be too soon for him, you never know. But yeah, take care, adios. So it's been a bit rushed and short. I've just been really busy. Sure, it's a bit late. Obviously, university, weekends, people are in and all that, whatever. Yeah, take care, adios. Thanks for watching, and yeah, up the cherries.